Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Aquarius. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me, keeping me safe. Aquarius, starting out. I think I cheated there. I just turned the deck over, but I felt like I had to. We have the Three of Swords. Page of Wands. So you're looking past disappointments. You're really, I'm on a new road. I don't want to be kept back anymore. You have a proposal to make for some of you wanting to make up for or have a new commitment begin with someone from the past, because you're looking past the disappointments of old. Here we have the Ace of Wands with the World and the Nine of Swords, and that tells us that you have overcome something. You are looking past the disappointments. You've overcome. You want to speak to someone. You're making new plans. You've seen something that has said to you, this is enough, this is finished, I want to do something else. Or you've come through a routine that you're tired of. You're seeing that you're always thinking about something or someone, and you want to shift away from that, or you want to make a connection with that person because you keep thinking about them. Here we have the Four of Wands with the Lovers, and the last two cards here, the High Priestess, Seven of Wands. You want to bring a solid relationship in. You're really paying attention, and you're reaching for the higher level because you're looking past the disappointments. You've overcome, you've grown. Again, the eclipse of the moon has changed us, all of us, in ways that we still haven't begun to understand in most cases, and others of us are paying attention to the changes that have come from the eclipse. We're making choice here. We're wanting to do something, and we're feeling like we can. We're feeling that we are given that opportunity. We're feeling that we can choose. You see, that we have many choices, and we're feeling that it's okay because we want to do it. We want to move forward. We want to take that step. We want to go past what was in the past. Aquarius, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. I'm using the Herbal tarot deck and feeling like I need to talk a little more about that. Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is I'm just going on my own. I want to step out. I want to do, and I'm going. Wanting to talk to someone, wanting a new beginning. Spirit has given you that, and you're feeling like you can take it. You're feeling, and it's not even feeling anymore. It's you're doing what it takes to bring in the future. You want to see something. You want to speak to someone. You're going for it. You're not hesitating. I'll do one more here. Here we see the Lovers with the Knight of Wands, and again, it's making that choice. It's really feeling that you can make a choice, that you have choice. It's not just that I can choose. You're thinking, yeah, it's whatever I want. It's like the light just went on saying, yeah, Aquarius, it's okay. You can choose. Not waiting for somebody to tell you that you can. See, we have the medicine wheel with our Ace of Wands, and again the Knight of Wands comes back. So we're dealing with changing the plans. We're feeling like we can, and we want to pursue what we really want to do. Like we're really feeling lucky. letting it happen. We're not getting in our own way. I'm using again the Herbal Tarot deck, and this is by Michael, Tierra, and Candis, Cantin. Just give a cut. And it broke ahead again with the Aquarius. Again, you're coming into your reading, Aquarius, as the star. You're feeling, again, it is being able to, I got a future ahead of me. I'm taking steps and I'm not letting anybody stop me. I'm focused. You have come through. You have a breakthrough. You've decided on, I want to do this thing, or I wait until something turns around before I make a move. But you're aware, you're very aware of the fact that something is changing or something has already changed, depending on when you view this read. And the fact that as I'm doing this read after the lunar eclipse, we come back to the Knight of Wands. It's incredible. I keep cutting the deck with the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, you may be dealing with a fire sign, or you're really very passionate and you're focusing on your future. Whatever it is that you're planning to do or you've planned, you're living it out now, or you're waiting for the right moment to make a certain move. Again, it's this lunar eclipse that's taking place that's lighting us all up in an emotional sense of a way, and we're looking into, well, the solar eclipse coming around, and with that it's going to be more truth coming up, or really decisive action is going to be taken. I'm putting the cards down. I don't know why I'm putting the cards down. Okay, Aquarius. I'm using the Celtic cross spread, and with that I've brought back the Herbal Astrology Oracle. And this is by Adriana Ayales for the guidance. That I use the guidance more directed toward the future card when we do lay out the cards. And for the energy oracle deck, I brought that in. This is for the energy of what is around you rather than in general what is the energy. It is more linked to that particular card that falls, where it is what is hidden from you, what you cannot see. It is to expand on the meaning of that card. It's uncanny. Every read I've done on this day that will be posted, you'll see the date, because I still haven't looked at what date it is. I've not been feeling well, and now I'm coming out of not feeling well, and I didn't check the date before I started doing the reads, so it's only when I'm posting that I'll see the date, and I'm sort of not really aiming for that, but you will know. I just know that it is past the lunar eclipse. We're headed towards the solar eclipse with this read, and this day I've done, so far this is the third reading I've done for the day, and this card keeps coming back. Not in the same place of placement, but it's on this day. The Four of Cups. I just had a nice idea that I will be able to do a daily. Eventually, I'm going to feel a little better when I start feeling a little, well, I'm feeling better now, but yes, Aquarius, I'm rambling on with you because something is changing right as I speak, and I want to do a daily. And I don't know what the daily will be, but it will be a daily. It'll come. Because I'm being pushed. I feel like I'm being pushed, and I need to tell you, Aquarius. Don't know why, but you're the first to hear of it. So daily readings or daily something is coming from my part, of course. This is our Four of Cups, and here we see our darling lady with her hands pulled inside. She's not opening up. She doesn't want to receive what Spirit is willingly, happily giving to her. She's focused on what is not what she wants and what she's already had, and she's not wanting more of this, what she's already seen. Again, relating to the Hangman we just saw, holding back from making a move, holding back from accepting something, holding back, not wanting to take that step forward. It is a healing that we are going through. We're looking past the disappointments. So maybe, Aquarius, you are feeling like you're just pulling away from people until you feel like you can stand on an emotional level with others. You're keeping your feelings to yourself. You're not sharing what you feel. Could be you're not in the right way. For some of you. Others of you, it's a question of overcoming. You are reaching for something. And it is being alone with that something. 9 of Pentacles is having what you need. Feeling like you don't have what you need, or you're very disappointed in someone. You're disappointed in your state, your position, your status. You're not satisfied. The luster is bland. It's not there anymore. Spirit is challenging you to have that sense of, I want to taste the fruit. I want to be excited about something. And this is what you've earned too. The goodies are coming in. Spirit is wanting to give that to you with that 9 of Pentacles. Because you just, it's really dark and light here. This card, even if I was to read it in the upside down or reverse state, it is that you've overcome something and Spirit wants to test you again. If it is in the upright and you're not feeling, which is what I got first, I got the upright position, which is holding back. You're holding back. That's what I got. You're holding back. You're keeping your feelings to yourself. You're not sharing with somebody. And that somebody is somebody who's ready, because Spirit is saying you need to share. You need to, make that wine happen. You can't just be sitting and drinking and enjoying that good wine by yourself. But you've earned it. You've earned the wine. You've earned that. You've earned that abundance. That what you've done, again, something that has happened of your doing, because you've earned it. You're very deserving, and maybe it is because you're holding back that Spirit is going to test you and give you what you deserve, and maybe you still won't take it. That's a test, because Spirit is handing you something, and we could see that you're not reaching for it, but here she is reaching for her grapes. She's reaching for what Spirit is offering. She's reaping the benefits. She's reaping the rewards. She's collecting what she has put out, is coming back to her. And maybe that's what it is, that you've held yourself away from a particular, or you've put yourself away from people in general. And because you've done that, you're going to be reaping rewards, because you've passed so much time getting past disappointments. Let's see what's above you, Aquarius. This is a very mind-boggling read I have here, because you're working your mind a lot too. You're going through your feelings. You're looking for foundation before anything, before you step forward with someone. Yeah? That is for sure, because it's earth and water here, and that makes a very strong foundation. And Spirit wants you to have that. This is where you get to reap the rewards, because where you've been before was at the 3 of Cups. So that chaos and confusion had to pass so that you can now recognize the value in the relationship, whichever one it is, whoever it is, how many other people are involved, and reach for the benefit of that relationship where you've allowed the wine its time and now you can drink and enjoy it. You see what I mean? Six of Wands. You are looking at victory, or you want to be victorious. You want what the moment that comes that you step forward and claim your victory. You're waiting for that because you have it. You see, the scroll here says you have earned the right to step forward. You have it, the diploma, that paper, that parchment that says you have done the work. You are worthy. You're thinking that that is where you're headed. You're waiting for that piece of parchment to come to you. You're thinking about what you've done. You're thinking about, you've come to that point of, I've made it. I did what I was supposed to do. I've achieved. And if you haven't already achieved it, you feel that you're coming to it. You're coming into it. It's coming your way. Spirit wants to give it to you, huh? And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So you've been working, you're still working. It is your effort that has put, again, it's another three. So you've had some teamwork happen, or you've been dealing with other people and your effort is to be rewarded, and you're feeling like it's hard work because that's the building up of a foundation. It's as if your mindset is based on teamwork. You want to be in a particular partnership, or you want to reap the rewards of a particular partnership, and this is where your mindset is building that foundation and setting things up and really working with other people. You have that feel, that sensation of, I'm going to wait until the proof shows itself, because work that you've done in the past is what is bringing you to have your fulfillment and reaping the rewards. So you're checking out who you've been with and how much work you've done and all of that. And it could be for business, it could be for relationships of love, or just friendship. I mean, it's work that's been done, because this is the foundation. And because of this foundation, you have achieved, or you will achieve, depending on where you are in this scenario, or where you see yourself in the read, as having already achieved or about to achieve. The Death card is in the past. So again, it is having changed something, looking past disappointments, really wanting to step forward and take the cup that Spirit is offering you. You're wanting to do it. You've been through something that has said you've learned the lesson. It's a big lesson too. It's not just I learned my lesson, I'm moving on. The fundamental change has come from this. Your mind is, your feelings, your physical expression, the way you move even is different. You're picking up the pace in some cases, or you're just changing everything about what you see your future to be, because you've overcome something, and now you have that feeling of freedom. You're feeling that sense of freedom. The future here is saying that you are looking toward change. You want to move. You want to go somewhere, or you're feeling like things are going to change again because of what you've seen and where you've been and what has happened, and you're thinking that there is going to be another change. You want to see and experience something different. Again, coming back to this Four Cups, not liking where you were, you want to see something else. And then the Tower comes. These cards are just repeating. Tower card here is where you are now. You're living the change. You've learned and understood. Again, we see at the bottom here the Suspended Man, which is the Hangman. So it's making sense that you're just turning and turning, and okay, I want this now, and I don't want to be there, and I don't, this is not pleasing to me anymore. You're reckoning with all of that. You're seeing different things coming in, and you're reaching again. You're reaching for it where you weren't before. When you were in the chaos, you were like, I don't trust. I'm keeping my hands away from what is coming. But now you've experienced something. The eclipse has brought you some clarity, because that's what that is here. The clarity is in that, oh, I get it. Spirit was trying to tell me this thing. So now I'm going to take the cup. And we see her taking the grapes. Here you are reckoning with taking the grapes. The medicine wheel, it's a healing. It's, again, it could be physical healing that you are experiencing, where you've seen the change, you're feeling the change. You're able to maneuver. You're able to say, okay, I feel stronger. I feel healthier for some. For others, it is, my time is coming and I know it. I've achieved. You're getting whiffs of the wind of change, and the wheel is turning, and you're feeling lucky. You're feeling like this could happen. This could work for me. Maybe that's where you're thinking, I might be going somewhere. That destiny is calling you. And then we have the Six of Cups. So again, the past, looking past what's taken place in the past, and looking back on childhood sufferings, or childhood memories, or childhood sweethearts, or someone from the past that you've had very tight and close relationship with, and you're thinking that there is a second chance there, or you're feeling like you can approach them. Again, it is being able to reach for what it is you love, and having that ability to explore and share what you feel. Spirit is saying that it is okay, that you can. You, on the other hand, looking at the desire to go back to someone from the past, or make amends, or you're looking at how things were as you grew as a child, when you were growing up, and you're recognizing why things took place the way they did. And because of that, you're able to change now. You're able to see through the suffering, see through the pain, see through that disappointment. You're able to understand why it happened. And you want to make amends in some cases. You want to forgive, or you want to come back to, or you just want to go away from completely, depending on the situation. And it looks like we have a devotion here, because King of Cups is quite devoted to the cause, and the cause could be the relationship, and the relationship is whichever one that you are in or thinking about right now, because it is a cup that is being offered, and here the cup is being offered, and you will take it this time. Aquarius, you're waiting for somebody to come around, or you want to make the offer to someone because you're very devoted, or you're dealing with a water sign who's very devoted to you. Could be Scorpio, could be Cancer. Pisces is very powerful here, and this is dedication to change. If it's not that you're wanting to go and meet up with someone, you're very dedicated to the changes that are occurring in your life, and you're very much devoted to seeing them come into fruition, so that you can have what Spirit is really wanting to give you. And not just what Spirit is wanting to give you. You've worked and earned it. You're reaching up and saying, I've done the work. Now I want to claim it, and I do deserve it, and I know I do. And this self-love is where you will explore. And this thus opens the doorway for others to come in and have a loving relationship. Again, the second chance is here with our Judgment card, and you contemplating a second chance, or wanting to reach out to someone and have that second chance. King of Swords is being very honest, being very truthful, dealing with the law in some cases, where the news of the second chance is coming. Could be this reading is bringing you that news that you do have that second chance. Thinking here that you want to move forward with your ideas, you want to move forward and have that second chance at a happy life, or to deal with certain individuals that you thought may not want to deal with you, or you're thinking that they may not want to deal with you, and you're feeling that you are lucky that you can move forward and that they will want to deal with you. You're going with your faith, what you believe in. You're standing in back of that. You're letting your faith take you, and you're being very honest about what it is you really want to yourself and as well as to others. And then our Knight of Wands comes back. So it is facing what you know you believe in and seeing that your faith is real. And taking that step to move on and go somewhere. You want to go. It just could be a short trip. It's not a... And again, this is the future for September going into mid-October. It's not carrying over too far, but I don't want to limit my own readings. This is really dependent on you, but it will span for about 30 days. This type of a read that I'm doing. So being that we're in the middle of the month, we're just after the eclipse of the moon moving towards the eclipse of the sun, then the timeline could span to another 18 months. It could be for 3 months, it could be for 3 weeks. It really depends on your situation and how you view your future, because he is definitely moving forward. He's taking a look in the mirror and seeing that he has or has not grown and changed and evolved, but he is following his faith. And I say he because it is the masculine quality. It is he when I see the King of Swords being determined to step forward, not letting anybody derail the process or deter the thoughts, and knowing when is the right moment to make that step forward. Being that you're following your light, you're following what Spirit has taught you, you're following what changes have come that you were looking forward to, you're following the wisdom of reaching forth and taking what Spirit is offering you, knowing that it is a success where you were in the past, even if you feel like it wasn't a success. It is a silent victory that you're making, because it is all within. It is not that someone outside of you will give you that recognition, even though you are being recognized by what you've done by others. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles really going for it on your own, knowing that you have to step forward, and that you're willing to provide for others. You're willing to be generous, because this is the 10th Pentacle. That 9 is showing up here with this 10, saying that you can and you will have. You are victorious, Aquarius. It is not just in money that you will be victorious. You will achieve. It is in value. It is in knowing that there is value in whatever it is that you're reaching forward or reaching forth to take. And you will have that peace of mind because you are stepping forward. And you'll be able to go forward and do what you really want, or you feel like you can open up and share what you feel. You will feel that way, that you are able to, and that whatever it is that you want to share, you are devoted to it. You are committed. And in some cases, it is coming back into a relationship with someone from your past, because there she is, the Queen of the Queen of Cups, the perfect match for our King. Again, there's that holding back, because we need to practice letting go. We need to take it in small amounts. And just when you think, oh, it's going to work for me, you pull back because you're afraid that it will work for you. That feeling of what was in the past, I have to leave it in the past. Not necessarily. It depends on what it is. If it is something that you know that it's never going to change because it is the past, well, then that's when you leave it in the past. But if it's someone from your past and you want to meet up with them and you've been thinking about them and you're feeling called to talk to them and you have a whole mindset that has now changed because of an experience that you may have encountered with them, and you want to reach out to them and there's no stopping you, you can. You can go into the past, or you can reach in and talk to them about the past. Oh, I was supposed to take an energy card. This is where I take the energy card for the Wheel of Fortune, because it is what is going on around you. And this is definitely spirit working around you and behind the scenes and giving you a chance to take a step and making it possible for you. This is why you're being held back with the hangman, the suspended man here. The spirit is clearing the path so you could take your step forward. It's a second chance. Wheel of Fortune is turning. What is the energy for the Wheel of Fortune? And the thinking woman. Yeah, lots of thought going on there, Aquarius. What to do? Should I go? Should I stay? Let's see, 47. And this is somebody around you, huh? So this could be a woman for some of you. It could be a mother. It could be a friend. It could be a sister. Aquarius, who you got going around and around in their mind? Female of wisdom or understanding. The Wheel of Fortune is putting Queen of Cups in your midst. Queen of Pentacles too. This card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This woman could be a friend who helps you express and understand your feelings, or she could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take you in a new direction. This could also be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or like the thinking man, the card could represent a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to the world. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. Again, you take it as it resonates. If it is for you, if it is you, take it as it resonates. Let's see the reversed. This card reversed could represent a difficult time in your own personal growth. Again, there's change. You have to take your time with that. I just finished saying that. You may be feeling confused about your personal purpose or disconnected from your heart's true path. Look within and open up to your own inner guidance. Trust your intuition about what you need to learn in order to move on. And again, you've been through something. You're going through something. There's that change here with the Tower. And luck is on your side because you're being guided by someone. Or from within, you're going to find and see the light. The thinking woman reversed could also indicate a woman who is misleading you or giving you misinformation of some sort. Be aware and set boundaries. Remember, your own spirit is always your best guide. So if it is you're feeling like you're being misguided or misled, let spirit guide you instead. Call out for your angels and guardians. Here is the affirmation if you want to spend a little time on this card. I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. I am thoughtful, focused, and clear. And that is truth because you've been through something. You are in a refusal state. You are in a changing state. Your mind is being open. You're focusing on what was, who you've worked with, and what you know you deserve to have come to you. All right, let's see. And that again is because of the eclipse, and another one coming to make the clarity of it. Let's see what Adriana Ayales has as guidance for you with our herbal astrology. I know I've not really picked out a lot of the herbs for your reading, but the kelp is a good one. That's just going to fortify change in you. And the gentian here, this is where you have been struggling. You've been sorry. Again, you've been struggling. It was difficult, whatever it is you went through. It was difficult. But Spirit is changing you from within. And you might want to go and get a box of elderflowers tea. Or even the burdock. It's all about release in the end of the day. It's diuretics. It's not that you've got diuretics, but it is to help you express, and diuretics are good for that. So I don't want to put the emphasis too much on the medicine, because I'm not a herbalist, and I only feel called to say or bring up the herbs when Spirit tells me. All right, I think I need to get a little drink. Just give me 1 second. You know what? I don't want to put it there. I want to put it here. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get a drink of water. Sorry about that. All right. So let's see what is the guidance for Aquarius. Oh, it was upside down. Oh, no. I always say that. They hang down. I'm sorry. Angel's trumpet. Wow. Angel's trumpet. You know why I say wow? Golden seal. It's the trumpet of the angels here. A second chance. A second chance. Your future, you have something coming in, Aquarius. Somebody's thinking about you. Somebody's around you. Somebody may be that you are thinking about. They're around you, and it is a very feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a woman, but because of the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups showing up, I am inclined to say it is a woman. It could be a woman who is family to you, friend, according to what I just read there. You may be a male listening to this, wanting to reconcile with someone, feeling that you've gone through certain change and that you're ready to reach out to that person, that you are very devoted to them. You want to tell them that. I mean, you take it as it resonates, because your wanting to is key, and Spirit is backing you up. Angel's trumpet, this is representing of death. The death card is just right here, is showing that something is changed. Something is changing you, and you are going through that change. Maybe a death has changed you. 46, let's take a look at that. But this is a future card, for guidance. So change, you're seeing something, and you know when they say the ships, you see the ships in the traditional deck, it's always like they're on the verge of crashing and sinking, and everything that you've had your hopes set on is going to go down to the bottom. But not necessarily. I mean, everybody's different. we don't all go through the same thing at the same time, then this would be a boring life, wouldn't it? So it could be your turn, that your ships are coming in, as they like to say when we see this card. It's a 46. It's a 46. What is this one? Angel's Trumpet. The Death card. Breakdown, cathartic transformation. Again, it is this card, and it does reflect here. But because of what you've been through, there's a death there. That could be internal change. Not that somebody's going to die. Please don't look at it that way. It is because of the Death card that you are going to see change. Rising from the ashes. It is all about this card. I'm putting it here. But it is for the future, if you see my meaning. The changes that are happening is to bring your ships in, or to bring you to another place, to take you on a trip in some cases, make you decide to move or move on. So it's a breakdown, it's cathartic transformation, rising from the ashes, elimination, death, the shedding of the old. So it could be a physical death that has taken place, that you are overcoming. The past, the loss, that sense of I will never have a relationship like this one again, because you've lost someone either through death or death of a relationship. Here we see the reverse state is ignoring the call, mental and emotional crisis, illusions, shattered, refusing to see reality. Illusions are shattered here. But you see, you have to hear that call, a second chance, and then having that determination to step forward. Angels' trumpets have an intoxicating scent and flowers that resemble angelic horns, aimed downward, symbolizing the call of the angels to humanity. Again, I'm going to put it out here because it is pointing downward. You see? It's pointing downward, just like the flowers. All right, let's put it back now. It's symbolizing the call of the angels to humanity. Plants in the Brugmassia genus and relatives like Daturas have a rich history of use among shamans and magic practitioners, even though they are poisonous. So there it is, intoxicating, something that you've been through. And I say something, it's always a relationship, and it really depends on who and with what that relationship was about, that you have come to see that you merit. Okay? The loss, whatever it was that has been taken from you through spirit, because it was meant to be, it is destined. The holding back where you decide, no, I don't want to deal with this. It was right that you didn't. Because now you're waking up, you're coming up, you're rising up through the ashes with our 13. And you're seeing that you have a future, and you're moving into the future, and you have the drive to do so. And there is somebody out there who is thinking about you and is probably loving you too. Some South American indigenous groups like the Casma, Shivaro, and Ingano initiate their children at a young age into the path of Caranderissimo, becoming a healer. So again, it's dealing with magic, changing, and shamanic vibe, growing up, in fact, changing what you believe, how you think, how you behave, how you communicate. It's being able to shift out of what was a state of lethargy and come into an expressive life. By ingesting angels' trumpets during a flower ceremony. Okay, I'm mixing up stuff here. Okay, so in some South American indigenous groups, they gave their children this during a flower ceremony. That's it. That they would initiate their children to grow. This is how they help them to grow and evolve. Okay, it's a shamanic journey, and you are on that, whether you think so or not. You're in it. Hivaro boys who walk the shamanic path are given the medicine at an age of 6 to acquire an external vision producing soul that lets them communicate with ancestors. Again, the 6 of Cups here. Being able to communicate with ancestors. Someone that you may have lost, you're able to communicate with them, or they may be communicating with you, Aquarius. Let's see. Yeah, it lets them communicate with ancestors. Boys and their fathers go on long pilgrimages to sacred waterfalls where they engage in sacred bathing, fasting, and drinking of tobacco water. Then the angel's trumpet juice is ingested to effect contact with the supernatural, during which the Arutam Wakani, which is the ancestors, appear as jaguars and anacondas and enter the boys' bodies. Wow, it's very spiritual. So you may have been having spiritual depth in you staying away from relationships or pulling back from relationships, or just focusing on what was and seeing change and having that understanding come naturally to you. I mean, this is the herbal historical connection to the flowers, and I read it because I know that it goes very deep, and sometimes we have to have a little bit of a vision before we get to the guidance section, so that the guidance section makes more sense. So healers within many traditions incorporate angels' trumpets to master plant brews like Ayahuasca, which we've seen, to enhance astral traveling and the spiritual experience. So again, you could be in dreams that you've had these experiences of letting go someone, or being able to communicate with someone from the great beyond who loves you dearly, who still loves you, who's watching over you, and you'll be able to speak to them through the eclipse even. Or just come to recognize that they are a guardian to you and that they are guiding you to move forward into another relationship and giving you that freedom, because maybe you were feeling that you have to hold on to some love that was lost through a death. I mean, take it as it resonates, because it's living with the ancestors. It is accepting their help and presence is why this card is showing up. Other cultures around the world, including in Tibet, have also used these important poisonous plants within their practice. Many caution against thoughtless use of bergamot and datura. Yeah, because people play with these things, and this is why I say I'm not an herbalist, and that you should always do more research before you start playing with herbs, which can be severely toxic and cause the kind of strong hallucinations and delirium that only experienced shamans could use for divination and healing. And people who play with this, they experiment, they think they know what they're doing and they don't. And this is why I always stress to do your research. And if something is comfortable for you or you're deeply interested, seek that advice. Again, this is on a spiritual level that I'm pulling these cards, not on a physical level. So we go to the guidance. This is just so that we understand how strong, how powerful this angel trumpet is, because it is recognized as the angelic call to humans. Again, the death card. It is actually a reflection on death. So you may have had that and thinking that whatever relationship has died, you're thinking that you can't go on, but you can. So here's your guidance, Aquarius. Angel's trumpet signals a time for catharsis or death. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. You may have already gone through it, in fact. You may feel lost in your own emotional despair, depression, shame, or unworthiness. But know that angels of discernment and darkness are here to support you, coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within yourself, catalyzing greatest awakening. Deeply pause, let go of control, and witness the broken pieces within yourself with loving awareness. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of relations. You know, this card is really about what took place in the past. I'm going to put it here. Because of what I said that because of the death here, because of the change that you've been through, your future is just looking like your ship's coming in. So putting it here, this card, is just reflecting on this one. And if you haven't experienced any deep sense of change, you're going to recognize that you have experienced it, because this is in the past. It's going to make sense to you later on when the eclipse of the sun comes around. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of relations, situations, or aspects of life. Bat, like angel's trumpet, signals catharsis and rebirth, signaling literal or metaphysical death of old patterns and worn-out habits. Understand that you can reconstruct at any time, regardless of how shattered you might feel. And on that note, Aquarius, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.